Well, JR, this morning I woke up to an alarming note on my phone saying that we were in a tornado warning. What did you think about that?
Yeah, I was actually sort of in that on the way to class this morning, so I got a good view of how it was going. Piper actually has a good view of it right now. She joins us with our first look at live weather.
Well, everyone, it's been a whirlwind of weather today. This morning we woke up and we had our phones going off and tornado sirens. There was actually a tornado touchdown in Franklin around the Cool Springs area. And then we had just perfect weather around 12 o'clock. And then tonight we have straight line winds coming in from the west. As you can see, my hair is going crazy because of this wind out here. It's probably going to pick up in a few minutes too, but please be aware of that tonight because we are going to have straight line winds. So if you're going to be driving, be careful about that. Also, speaking of severe weather, we are in Severe National Weather Awareness Week this week, and the main topic is flooding. Now in Middle Tennessee it tends to flood a little bit more than the other parts of the state because in West Tennessee it's flat, and then in Middle Tennessee we kind of sit in a bowl, and then East Tennessee just has all the mountains. So sitting in that bowl, it does tend to flood a little bit more. So there are some safety tips you can do if they do call for a flood warning or a flood watch. Make sure you keep up on the weather station and also get to higher ground, and if you can't evacuate, just please get on higher ground. And then also, daylight savings time is coming up. It's actually going to be after spring break. So the Monday that we come back, we might be a little bit more tired because on March the 12th, we're going to lose an hour of sleep because we are going to spring forward basically into spring. And speaking of spring break, we're going to have kind of nice weather. It's going to start raining the first 2 days, but the rest of the week looks pretty clear. And I'm going to send it back to the desk because I'm getting blown away.
Thank you, Piper. All right. Well, yeah, Kaylee, I'm being swept up with midterms this week.
I know, I'm not really even ready for midterms, but I'm really ready for spring break, and let's hope that spring break weather is going to be up to par. So let's throw it over to Piper with her main look at weather. Piper.
Well, Kaylee and JR, spring break is actually looking pretty good. The weather, I think it's going to be back a little bit rainy the first of the week, but it is National Severe Awareness Week, and I do have some storm safety tips here for you. We saw our first round of storms today, and they were pretty scary if you ask me. So the first thing you need to do is make sure that you stay indoors, especially during like a thunderstorm or if a possible tornado is to come, because indoors is the safest place you can be. Keep away from windows, and also make sure that you have your cell phone charged in case there's a power outage. And then if you don't have a basement, or you do have a basement, you need to go to it. And if you don't have a basement, go to like an interior room, which is basically like a closet or a bathroom. But now let's take a look at your current conditions. What's going on now? It's about 67 degrees. It's going to drop though because the wind is about 12 miles per hour. If you saw me earlier, the wind was just trying to blow me away. I made it though, so that's good. The humidity is down as well. It's under 50%, so humidity is not really far up. And guess what? There's no rain for our forecast for tonight. And now let's look at your weather headlines. We have a pretty cold night ahead. Temperatures are going to drop down into the 30s, so expect low temperatures throughout the week for your lows. It's going to get really cold tomorrow night. You're going to see that coming up. And also next week is spring break, and we're going to get to the weather for that in just a second, so happy spring break, everyone. And now let's look at tonight's forecast. The low is going to be about 36 for the Nashville and Murfreesboro area. It's going to be really chilly tonight, almost close to freezing, and those temperatures are going to range throughout the Middle Tennessee area. And now as we look at the radar for tonight, the storms have passed, the line of storms have. They're about in East Tennessee, North Carolina, so for my people back home, please be careful because the storms are headed your way. A lot of rain also issued, but we have seen the last of the storms, so we're going to have a clear night tonight for Middle Tennessee. And now let's take a look at tomorrow's forecast. Temperatures are going to drop back down into the mid-50s, so it's going to be about 56 for Murfreesboro and Nashville. And those temperatures are also going to range for the Middle Tennessee area as well. And now as we look at your weather map for tomorrow, the thunderstorms are above us and Tennessee is in the clear, so that's really good. We're not going to have like any weather problems for the rest of the week. So now let's look at your 7-day forecast. For tomorrow, we're going to have clear skies. The high is going to be around 55, so in the mid-50s, but the low is going to be down in the freezing zone. It's going to be really cold tomorrow night. To kick off your weekend, your spring break weekend, we're going to have clear skies as well on Friday. We're going to have temperatures a little bit over 50 degrees, but the low is going to be chilly. I'm not really excited for that. It's going to be about 27 degrees, and then for Saturday we're going to have partly cloudy skies. The high is going to bump back up into the 60s, and the low is going to go up a little bit. It's actually going to jump up about 20 degrees into 40. And then for Sunday and Monday we're going to have clear skies, and then for Tuesday and Wednesday we're going to have rain also, and the temperatures are going to be about in the 60s. Well, that's all for your weather, and I'm going to send it back to Kaylee and JR.
Thank you, Piper, and thank you for those tips. All right, still ahead on